Hello aspirants, this is audiobook for the Living World chapter. In this paragraph, it has been stated that some extraordinary habitats in which we find living organisms: cold mountains, deciduous forests, oceans, freshwater lakes, deserts, or hot springs. These are the extraordinary habitats. The beauty of a galloping horse, of the migrating birds, the valley of flowers, or the attacking shark evokes awe and a deep sense of wonder. The ecological conflict and cooperation among members of a population and among populations of a community, or even the molecular traffic inside a cell, make us deeply reflect on what indeed is life. This question has two implicit questions within it. The first is a technical one and seeks answer to what living is as opposed to the non-living, and the second is a philosophical one and seeks answer to what the purpose of life is. As scientists, we shall not attempt answering the second question. We will try to reflect on what is living. What is living? When we try to define living, we conventionally look for distinctive characteristics exhibited by living organisms. These are growth, reproduction, ability to sense environment, and mount a suitable response come to our mind immediately as unique features of living organisms. So, unique features of living organisms are growth, reproduction, ability to sense environment, and mount a suitable response. One can add a few more features like metabolism, ability to self replicate, self organize, interact, and emergence to this list. Let us try to understand each one of these. All living organisms grow, increase in mass and increase in number. Mass and number of individuals are twin characteristics of growth. A multicellular organism grows by cell division. In plants, this growth by cell division occurs continuously throughout their lifespan. In animals, this growth is set only up to a certain age. However, cell division occurs in certain tissues, replace lost cells. Unicellular organisms grow by cell division. One can easily observe this in vitro cultures by simply counting the number of cells under the microscope. In vitro means in a test tube or elsewhere outside a living organism. In majority of higher animals and plants, growth and reproduction are mutually exclusive events. Not inclusive, exclusive events. What are the exclusive events? Growth and reproduction are mutually exclusive events. One must remember that increase in body mass is considered as growth. Non-living objects also grow if we take increase in body mass as a criteria for growth. Mountains, boulders, and sand mounds do grow. However, this kind of growth exhibited by non-living objects is by accumulation of material on the surface. In living organisms, growth is from inside. Growth, therefore, cannot be taken as a defining property of living organisms. Conditions under which it can be observed in all living organisms have to be explained, and then we understand that it is a characteristic of a living system. A dead organism does not grow. So, growth is a characteristic of living organism and not a defining property. Reproduction likewise is a characteristic of living organism. So, now we know that both growth and reproduction are characteristics of living organisms but not a defining property. In multicellular organisms, reproduction refers to the production of progeny possessing features more or less similar to those of parents. Invariably and implicitly, we refer to sexual reproduction. Organisms reproduce by asexual means also. Fungi multiply and spread easily due to millions of asexual spores they produce. Fungi reproduce asexually with millions of spores. In lower organisms like yeast and hydra, we observe budding. So budding हम किस में observe करते हैं? Yeast में और hydra में. और fungi में there are millions of asexual spores. Yeast और hydra में there is budding. In planaria, we can call planaria as flatworms as well. In planaria, we observe true regeneration, that is, a fragmented organism regenerates the lost part of its body and become a new organism. The fungi, the filamentous algae, and protonema of mosses all easily multiply by fragmentation.